So for most businesses, the investment they make into a media buy or media placement is probably one of the largest line items within their overall marketing budget. And one of the questions that we get frequently is, what should they expect from that marketing spend? What should they expect when they invest into that media placement? And that's a really great question. So we're going to tackle it today on Down in Digi. Thanks for joining us, where we're getting down to the business of digital marketing. I am your host, Karina Keys, brought to you by Key Media Solutions. So let's break it down a little bit. So the media buy that we're talking about today is the actual dollars that are spent for placing ads in different mediums. So it could be television or billboards or radio or Facebook and social media and ad banners. All of those pieces are what make up your media buy. And when we talk about how that is developed and what you should expect from it, of course, we go back to one of our previous episodes and talk about what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? Because a really good strategic media plan looks at that piece. What are you trying to achieve? Who's the persona that you're trying to reach? And how can you best intersect the creative that you've developed with the placement of those ads to come together at the right time with the right message to be able to gain an engagement? It really is more of a science than a gut feeling. And really good media buyers understand the science that make things happen. They understand the activities and interests and behaviors of your persona, where they go for information, where they're spending their time, what television shows they're watching, what websites they're browsing. And they utilize that information, that data and research with the creative messages that have been built out by the creative department to make sure that they see the right message when they're in market, when they're susceptible and receptive to that message. So when you give them a really good definition of who your client or who your audience is, what their persona is, what their behaviors are, their interests, their lifestyles, they're able to do the research and better understand where they should place the ads. From there, we need to give them goals. And when they have really clear goals about what needs to be accomplished, they're also able to really utilize your budget and set up tracking and be able to measure to ensure that the placements are achieving what needs to be achieved. And whether that's visits to a website, whether that's brand lift, whether that's a lead generation or sales forms or online purchases or retail sale traffic, all of that can be attributed back to the effectiveness of your media plan. So when you do this, we want to make sure that one, we're communicating clearly with the person or team that's developing our media strategy, and that they're really giving very clear direction to the person that's placing your ads, that's optimizing on your campaign, that's providing the reporting and analytics. Because when you have a great strategy with a well-defined objective and a really good understanding of the persona that you're trying to influence, we know that you're going to have up to a 10x ROI on the ad spend. You're going to get more money back in return than what you're investing into that ad placement. Thanks for joining us today for Down in Digi. I hope you know more now than you did 5 minutes ago. Looking forward to talking to you next week. Cheers.